Good morning, everybody. We're kind of discombobulated this morning. Steve had to run an errand, so he's not here yet. I don't know if Shannon's going to show up. But anyway, we thought we'd jump on and do some chatting and some ongoing soap opera in the train room. Excuse me while I get a battery charger plugged in here. Okay, got that. Let's see if this one can go over here. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Hey, Ray, good to see you. Daniel, hope you guys are staying well. I'm just dinking around here in the train room. I'm trying to get some stuff done. I've been fighting some, what we think is sciatica in my back. So, went to the doctor yesterday, chiropractor yesterday, and he's going to try a couple of treatments before we do any other crazy stuff. So I do have my back brace on, so that helps. What was I going to do now? See, I went down and got these batteries, and I don't remember what I got them for. Oh, now I do. Okay, let me show you what I'm working on. Get this camera over here and show you. Okay, this is what I've been working on here, and if you saw my last update on my channel, you saw some of this. I did get part of it dyed. That's just the creosote stuff from Hunterline. Get it where you can read it. They make really good stains and stuff. They're a Canadian company, so if you can find them here in the States in a hobby shop, it's a little cheaper to get. Everything coming from Canada right now is outrageously high shipping cost for no further than it's going. Anyway, this is what I've been working on. This is the team track area, and of course the crossing going across the tracks. And I've kind of been working on the crossing part. This is a concrete patch. I don't know if any of you saw Ken Patterson do this on his channel a couple of years ago. I was looking for some ideas on how to do some blacktop roadways, and he had actually had a show on it. So I'm doing what he did, and he was right. It works really well. It takes a little bit of time because you got to wait for it to dry. And I'm trying to find my, let me look over here. Oh, sorry about the camera moving all over, probably making you sick. What did I do with it? I'll find it here in a second. It's vinyl concrete patch is what it is. What this is. And put down some 1/8-inch balsa to give you something to put it inside, and then you just trowel it inside the forms. Up here is a little more random how I did it, but I think it'll look fine once I get a stain, which I'm getting ready to do. And I've got to put some more patch over here on the side. So I'll be showing you that material here in a little bit, if I can find it. Like everything else around here, I can't ever find it. I don't know what, oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. This is made by DAP. Let's see, let me get it in the right spot here. Ready mixed concrete patch. And this is a vinyl. It's got a vinyl additive to it. And so Ken said his stays flexible. This is relatively brittle, although it's not as brittle as, say, concrete would be. But it doesn't really matter unless you're going to pull it up. And that's what he was talking about. It was easy to pull up, which I think it would be if I went to pull it up. I think it would come right up. But It is nice and firm. You can't leave a fingernail print in it, anything like that. So it's really good in that regard. But I'm going to actually put, well, you can see these cracks right here on part of the crossing. You see where it cracked right here. I'm going to fill that in. I can kind of show you how it works. And I just use a combination of palette knife, about this size. This is real good for doing in between the tracks. I've got a bigger one than I use, and I also used a 3-inch mud knife. So I used a 3-inch mud knife on most of this. The other nice thing is if you want to put it on here and you want it real smooth. Now this is a little bit rough. You see where I sanded some of it. But some of that's a little rough, but I want it that way because I want it to look a little more normal, a little more real. So I left it rough. But I do want to cover these big cracks here so I can show you how that goes on. You can see it's just a pre-mixed like pretty much anything else you get. I like to stir it up a little bit. I think they can tell you to stir it up some. And it gets a little smoother. The other thing you can do, which really helps when you're putting the final top coat on, is put a little bit of water on it. You put a little bit of water on top of it and it really smooths out then. You can sand it. You can chip it off if you want. You know, if you get too much on there, that sort of thing. You can see it just kind of goes on like you put on drywall mud. The nice thing about this, it's much more durable than drywall mud. I've never used drywall mud on my layout because I know what it's like in real life. And it will crack and chip and all that stuff. And I think we got a visitor here. There he is.
Morning.
How you feeling, man?
Depends on when you ask me.
Well, for me, it'd have to be 20, 30 years ago.
I'm okay. Jesus, whatever I got, it's like a roller coaster or a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
I don't know. My system's fighting something, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, because it's stomach stuff, I don't think it's anything to do with the virus. Not that virus, anyway.
Well, if it is, it's not that bad.
Well, no. Now, when Brenda got it, she said it was a day or so before the fever showed up. But you've been all weekend with this, haven't you?
Well, no, it started last Friday.
Oh, last Friday. Oh, man.
Yeah, and then, well, you know, and then I was feeling like crap for the show, so that's why I didn't do that. But then by Saturday afternoon, I was feeling pretty good. Sunday was okay. Then Sunday night, man, it's like hit me again.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get old.
I know. It's a bitch.
Anyway, you guys can see. Let me make this a little bit bigger here.
What are you doing this morning?
I'm just working on the layout. There we go, right there. Now they can kind of see it. You can see where I put some on top, squirted just a little bit of water on it, and it smooths right in. If you want it smoother than that, you can always come back after it dries and sand it. It sands very well, I'd say easily. I mean, it sands well. It's pretty tough stuff. I sanded on this quite a bit because I had a little rise right here. And it took a little bit of doing to get it down, but it will go down. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys how that stuff goes on. Like I say, it's really easy. And now I'll put a little weathering on this part over here. Now Ken Patterson makes his own India ink out of well ink and alcohol. And I'm too lazy to go look for all that stuff. So I'm just using this creosote stain, Hunter line stain. And I think it's going to work really well for this. So I'm just going to stay with this.
Good morning, Pappy, Ray, Daniel.
The problem with using this versus India ink is It's probably a little more expensive. This stuff is about $8, $9, $10 a bottle, depending on where you get it. Now it goes a long way, but you don't have to mix yourself, so it's already mixed. And you can come back now. Ken says he comes back and does a second coat on his roadway, but not on his parking lots. And he likes that effect.
Well, I got my Clico pliers in the mail yesterday, Claude. So I'm gonna.
All right, and keep your garter build up now.
Oh, I know it. Unfortunately, the rivet kit is back ordered about 3 weeks. She said.
Oh man, this sucks.
I know. I need that. Oh, that's slick.
Yeah, I saw that fire up at Tahoe, or I saw the note about it, and I thought, you know, we're staying in a motel one night there, right there in South Lake Tahoe. And I'm thinking, yeah, and there's trees around the place too. So,
oh yeah.
Although they said they were changing all their firefighting capability, at least this was yesterday afternoon, to saving structures.
That's all they can do. They're in defense mode.
Yeah.
They had, I was watching the flight tracker yesterday, and they had 7 air tankers running between McClellan Air Force Base and Sacramento up there and back. They were loading every 15 minutes.
Man.
They've got 2 or 3, they're converted military that they can turn them in. They're C-130s that they can retrofit into air tankers. They got 3 of those, plus the regular ones. And like that video that I sent you, that was a cool video.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it to be that low on to the ground when it came.
Oh man, that thing couldn't have been a couple 100 feet off the treetop.
No.
And that's a big airplane. Well, let me go get my tank. It's too cold outside to work right now, so I'm not going to work outside.
Oh, mercy.
Let me go get my tank.
Man, that's not. I really like that. That's a good look for a blacktop. We'll have to put some more over here, I think. But anyway, that kind of lets you see what I'm doing for my blacktop road. I'll have a dirt road coming off over here on this other end going back over to the mine, but I wanted to get this team track in here. As I work back this way, I'll be finishing up the lumber yard here before long. I've got a whole new space here because I added on to this corner about a foot. Right in here is a foot wider than it was before. So I could get this road in here without trying to squeeze it in, but it also opened up some more scenery territory for me. Pretty much here where the computer's sitting, laptop's sitting. But it's moving along. I'm trying to keep going before the body breaks down completely.
Too late.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Too late. I think I'm going to use Yeah, Pappy, it's fall around here. It's where the temperature can fluctuate 50 degrees.
Yep, does the same thing here when it gets that way. We're probably another month yet.
It's supposed to be 90 today, but right now it's about 42 outside.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 93, 4, 5, something like that here.
At least we don't get your humidity though.
Ours has been down actually. I played golf Friday and it was 96, I think. We didn't tee off till 1:30 in the afternoon, so it's the hottest part of the day. But we had about a 10-mile-an-hour breeze. But the humidity had come down from first thing in the morning. It was about 85%. By the time we teed off, it was less than 50%, which is a crazy swing for here. Usually it doesn't swing that much in that short of a time period. But we sure were happy to see it because it would have been miserable out there in the humidity. Come on.
Yeah, the Cal Fire was saying that they had never had a fire start in the foothills in California and burn all the way over the crest of the Sierras to the other side, and they've had 2 in a month.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened at Tahoe, isn't it?
Yeah. Same way with the Dixie Fire in the Feather River Canyon. Same deal.
Yeah.
But they blame it on global warming.
Well, of course they do.
Mismanagement of the forest has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. And I suppose it just spontaneously combusted.
Well, a lot of it's lightning. The one in the Dixie Fire, they're thinking it's PG&E again. That's the one that burned Paradise a couple years ago. Whole town.
Well, that rolls nice through there. So my team track is in. This is a good thing. I can keep moving forward. Who's in the house? Hey, Pappy.
That's a good word there, Pastor.
Yes, sir, Pappy. That's correct. Steve's in Oregon. He's in Grants Pass, Oregon. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah. If you look at Oregon, I'm almost all the way to the southwest corner.
He's the biggest city in the southwest part of Oregon.
Well,
and I'm in the northeast corner of Oklahoma.
Technically Medford is, but we're not too far from Medford.
Yeah. I'm almost excuse me. I'm almost equidistant between Kansas City and Dallas.
There we go. That'll work.
Did you see Jason's Train Freaks Hall mail call he had yesterday?
No.
Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know who it was that sent it to him. I missed who it was that sent the stuff to him. But he said he was going to send him a few rolling stock. And this box must have been 2 foot by 18 inches square. And it was full. He must have had 40 cars in there or better. Okay. Now got that. That's ready to go. I'll work on my crossings now.
Hey, Leslie.
Hey, Leslie.
I don't know how long it's been since you joined Beans. Probably a while. How's things over in the UK? That's where you are, right?
Yeah, I think he's in the UK. The other side of the pond.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
Just a bit east of here, huh?
Yeah. I need another extension cord.
I've been telling you that for a year, Steve.
That's what she said. I should bring the little monster here. Should have named Gus Taz.
Yeah, you should have. Even looks like him a little bit.
He's less than half the size of Blue, but he's got twice the energy.
Man, that's because he's young. Blue's old. I know how that works.
Well, yeah, and he's broken. Both of his legs are jacked up, and he can't keep up with the puppy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so Leslie says you moved the house to north of England, and you're waiting for lumber to be delivered Friday so you can start building a new layout. Did you have to take out a mortgage on your house to pay for the lumber?
Yeah, really. It's about that bad here.
I'm going to make a noise for a minute. I want to see if this is going to work.
Oh, I'm getting ready to make a noise. I think I'll mute when I get ready to do this.
Yeah, I will too. I just want to see if this is going to work. Like that.
Oh. Hey, man. Did you raise a ruckus?
Well, you haven't seen nothing yet.
What are you drilling on anyway?
Well, I'm going to go through all the rivet holes and clean them out so I can stick. I want to get this all set up so I can stick rivets in it. Right now, it's still a little rough. I got some deburring to do too.
I wanted to show the guys this this Dremel tool that I've got. This is one of the best things I ever bought. I have Ryobi lithium powered, battery powered tools for my work. And I saw this, they came out with this. This is a variable speed remote. You can see the cable on it, Dremel type tool. And it runs off the same batteries as the rest of my tools. So I have a bunch of these batteries. And man, this is handy to be able to move this over here. My regular Dremel's got a cable on it also, but it's plug in. And then of course I got to hang the body of it up. This just sits on the counter while I'm using it. So it works really well for that, for doing stuff like I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to cut some ties out here to put this crossing in. But yeah, this is a pretty neat little item. If you're in the market for something like that, I'm going to mute myself here a minute because I am going to get loud.
I may be doing the same thing. I think I'm going to do the same thing for a minute. If I can, like, that's not what I wanted. What the hell did I do? Where is Mike? There we go.
Alrighty, now I can drop this down in there once I get those ties out. Hey, Allie. What's up? James. Let's see, I think I can put this on there. Oh, okay, Allie. No problem. Yeah, he is. Steve's working in this one right over here, I think. Oh, I'm gonna get noisy for just a second. Okay. Now I should fit that in there. Oh, look at there. It's not heading on there. I think I need a little bit
Boy, these Clicos work great. I wish I'd have got these in the beginning.
more. Yeah, that's why they make them.
Whew. Beats the hell out of bolts.
Yeah, the bolts work. They just
take
a lot more time consuming, probably.
Work with what you got, I guess, and that's what I had. Except the majority of my work today is going to be noisy, so I'm probably going to be muted all the time.
That's not a bad thing.
Nope.
You knew that was coming, didn't you?
I did.
You can't throw me a softball like that and not expect me to swing it.
Yeah, that was too easy to hit.
Okay, well, I had one here somewhere. Like everything else, my head's here also somewhere.
I need a hook.
Good looking cup, ain't it?
Pretty loud, isn't it? Okay, so now. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. Can't see myself anyway, so it don't matter. Okay.
Hello, Jackie. Jackie LFC Gerard. Good to see you. Allie, they can get a cup like this on. Well, I'll have to put a link in on the show once I get off. That's one thing I forget to do when I set the shows up is get all that stuff put on there. But we have a Teespring store, and I will put a link to it later in the description of this video. So if you want to get a cup like that, you can, or a hat or a T-shirt like I'm wearing, like this, a little Trackside Beans shirt. Okay, I think that's going to work there now. Get it out of there.
Okay, I'm unmuted for a second.
Well, okay.
Well, they can't see what I'm doing anyway, so it don't matter. Why don't you split the screen, Claude, so they can see what I'm doing?
Oh, yeah, I've got it. I'm sorry. See, and that's the thing about Beans. I get to doing this, and I forget I've got the. What the heck here? Hang on. Up here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. In fact, I'm going to enlarge yours, Steve,
Why?
so they can see what you're doing.
They can't. Here, I have to move this down so you can't see what I'm doing. there. Something along that line.
Are you building an ashtray?
Yeah. It's one big ashtray. It's going to look like a pincushion. Funny, I'd never heard of Clico up until a few weeks ago. So I had asked a dumb question on one of the live stream pages. Like, what the Clico? I think I was the last person to ever know what one was.
I don't know that I'd ever heard of them either, but I think I've seen them before. You know, like in aircraft manufacturing plant.
Yeah,
they use those all the time. I'm sure that's what that is that I've seen. They're sticking out from the side and they're lining panels.
yeah, they end up looking like a porcupine.
Yeah,
but they come. There's a little set of. I don't know. Somebody can't even see this. Let me go. Use this.
I take it they're reusable.
Oh yeah. Well, here I'll show you how they work. There's a set of pliers look like this,
Mm-hmm.
and it just goes right in here, and it expands.
Oh, that's pretty handy.
The tip, and you just stick it in the hole, let go, and it holds it all together.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh man, it's slicker than snot.
Yeah, that's why somebody made it, because they had a good idea.
Well, they said the best inventions were invented by lazy people.
Oh yeah. A lot of them that we use every day are, that's for sure. They know what to do with that.
It's like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Well, I did have an idea back in, let's see, it was in 75, so I was 18. And, you know, I learned to drive in California where they put the reflective buttons on the roads. And at nighttime in the rain, it was like, man, you can see the road really good. Well, I hadn't been driving very long, and we drove all the way back to Pennsylvania with the family to visit relatives. Tried to drive out there, and you couldn't see squat with the rain because there weren't any buttons. And I asked my uncle, I said, how come they don't put the buttons like they got in California? He said the snowplows take them off. And I was thinking, well, they should make a machine that, you know, digs a groove in the road, and you could put the reflective button below the level of the asphalt so that snowplows wouldn't take it off. And they got them everywhere now. I'd have been a multimillionaire if I'd have come up with something back then.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're all over the place now.
Well, they're going to watch you a little bit longer while I run down and grab something out of the shop.
Well, I should go get Gus, bring him out here so he's not terrorizing everybody else in the house.
Well, as long as he's not terrorizing the furniture or something like that.
No, he doesn't do that. He just chases the cat all over the place, terrorizes the little dog, and
Yeah.
Blue. Too loud.
Great, I just broke my camera mount. Smooth job, everybody.
Excellent job.
That's why I make the big bucks. Yeah, broke that sucker smoother than Dallas. Smoother than a fresh jar of Skippy. You sound like a dentist.
Oh, I went to the dentist yesterday. That was fun.
Yeah. It's never fun going to the dentist.
Well,
sometimes things aren't as bad as other times. But.
It was just a cleaning and an exam, and I packed it with flying colors.
Okay, I'm going to go through chat here since I hadn't looked at it for a little bit.
Yeah, she even asked. She said, "Do you run? Are you an athlete?" I'm serious. I'm serious. And she had just taken my vitals, and I go, "What do you mean?" No, I used to, but I don't. She goes, "Oh man, your vitals are great. You know, your blood pressure is 84/52, and your respirations are 57." She said, "I only get readings like that for people that are athletes." And no. I guess I'm
okay. Let's see here. Okay, they were asking what you were doing.
okay. So that side's good.
Pappy wanted me to split the screen. You want it like I've got it now, Pappy?
Now make it long ways.
Long ways.
Yeah.
Oh, like that.
There you go.
Yeah, it gives you a little more screen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they're talking about buying mugs. Okay.
Buying mugs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get the little devil dog and bring him out here.
Daniel's here. Good morning, Daniel.
Morning, Danny.
And oh, see you, James. Okay, let's see now what I went downstairs for to get some parchment paper because I've got to add to this particular crossing. It's going to go right there. And I need to add some more to it. Swing some light around this way. Might help. Light's about like me. It just can't stand up there anymore.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Come say hi to everybody. Oh, hi, Allie.
You just now see Allie?
Yeah, I was busy. Wait, back here.
You were busy, you were old.
Well, I know that.
There, now I can see what I'm doing. Kinda. Oh, this light is junk, I think.
Come in here.
I'll see you later, Allie.
See ya, Allie.
Pappy's. See you later, Pappy. His boss is calling him.
Oh, see you later, Pappy. Let's see. Come say hi, Gussie. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make some noise. I'm gonna mute me for a minute.
All right, let's see here. I'm going to put on, if anybody would like to come on camera, feel free. I'll put the link up. There we go. There's the link to the show if anybody wants to come on and excuse me, wants to come on and chat without having to type in. Hey, John. How you doing, man? Where are you located these days? in New Haven. New Haven, Connecticut. Do you know which way is Connecticut? Going to Baltimore. Well, you just fly all over the place, don't you? Is that because they keep kicking you out of some other places?
I'm scaring the crap out of Gus. He doesn't like this noise. What's the matter? Come here.
What are you doing, drilling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lily does the same thing. If I get to banging on anything up here or drop something heavy on the wood floor, anything like that, she's out the door.
Yeah, he's not crazy about the noise. Oh, what's going on in chat?
John's here.
Oh, hey, John.
Well, actually, he's in New Haven.
Connecticut.
Connecticut, yeah. I asked him if he knows which way is Connecticut, but
I think he's got the best job in the world.
yeah, you know, grass is greener.
Yeah, but if you get paid for what you love doing, you never work a day.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. That is a good part.
Yeah, I'd have paid the railroad to work for him in the beginning. What's the matter, Gus? Huh? What's the matter, puppy? Well, John, you could be a tanker pilot out here. You'd really be busy.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to send him that video you sent me.
That was cool.
That was.
Yeah, I think it's a DC-10. Yeah, I can't believe they fly that low off the treetops with that big an aircraft. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looked like. It was insanity.
That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Oh, you can't do it that way.
Okay.
Well, and here's a tip, guys. Don't do what I do. And forgetting to paint your track before you start putting crossings and all that good stuff in there. But
Yeah,
then,
John, I went down to the tanker base in Medford a few years back to watch them come in and load and take off. They had one of the old, oh God, what is it? It's a 4-engine turboprop. They've retired them. They're all jets now. But there's this guy walking around in Bermuda shorts, a Hawaiian top, and flip-flops. And I'm actually, I was there with John, the guy I got this train from. And we were laughing and said, yeah, he's probably the pilot. And sure as shit, you know, he climbed up the ladder, got in the seat, and fired that sucker up.
Yeah, I don't guess you have to wear a uniform for that kind of work.
All he needed was a grass grass straw hat. He could have been in Jamaica.
Ukulele, maybe.
Yeah. No, those guys love what they do, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's John Wayne kind of flying right there.
Man.
And it's dangerous flying.
Well, yeah, too, because, I mean, John could probably expand on this, but, you know, they're really loaded when they're dropping that. And they said once they drop the load, the plane, you know, the weight,
yeah.
It immediately bounces up.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Is that the technical aeronautic term? It bounces
Yeah.
up?
John said those guys are crazy.
I would agree.
Hey, Bernard.
Hey, Bernard.
Here, I'll put the link in again. Anybody wants to jump on.
Yeah, we're boring. At least I am.
Okay, cardboard. See if I can keep this on the track instead of everywhere else.
Let's see. Let me get out over here. Well, I should have bought more
They're
Clicos.
going to get me for huffing paint. I'll make my coffee taste good. That's the only bad thing about painting your track with a spray can. It does get a little fumey, but it sure does a great job on getting a good basic coat on there. And like I've kind of find out, you can spend all day doing real fine detailed track weathering, but in the end you can put ballast and everything else on it anyway, so you're not going to see 90% of it. And for me, this is much easier. I don't have to spend a lot of time with it, and it works well.
Yeah, it's not like you take your layout outside the spread.
Yeah.
Gus, what are you doing?
About one of the only bad things about doing it this way is if you want to leave your guard rails weathered, you know, but on the tops and not clean them, then you got to do, you know, it's kind of tedious to clean it, but I'll come back in and paint it with a brown after the fact. I think it's easier to clean all the top of it and then come back in and put brown back on the tops of the guardrails. Anyway, I just needed to get a coat of paint on it to put this crossing in, so I didn't paint the crossing. I can't say enough good things about this Hunter Line creosote stain. It's amazing how good it looks on raw wood to make it look aged right away without having to do a lot of other stuff to it. Now you can continue on and put some powders and stuff like that over it, but boy, to get the main stain on it, you can't beat it, I don't think. Turn this around. It should fit better this way. Yeah. Just like that. Hey, good morning, Lynn McCurdy. Good to see you. Jack, good to see you. Welcome. I put the link to the show in the chat, so if you guys somebody wants to jump on, feel free. Oh, and somebody did buy a gun. There's John. John Wayne himself. Are you hearing us?
Claude, what's up? Steve.
How's it going? Yeah.
Hey, John.
I don't know if it's going to work or not because I don't have good service.
Yeah. I was wondering if maybe that was the problem.
How's our favorite pilot?
Can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah. We can hear you. You may not be able to hear us, which is not a bad thing.
Are you in a cockpit?
I'll give you a tour of the airplane if you want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Now, is this the same one you showed us before? This is your boss's plane,
There's
correct?
the back. Yeah.
Make him bigger, Claude.
Make him bigger. I can do that. There we go. We don't have any dials anymore, just TV screens.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's cold and rainy.
That looks like a lot of flight sims I've done before. Of course, my favorite flight sims were World War II and World War I, so they didn't have all that avionics stuff like that in them.
I'll show you the outside real quick. I don't know, something's wrong with my audio.
What a great workspace.
I would think it'd be hard to get a signal inside an airplane like that with a phone.
Yeah,
cool.
Audio's not so good, but I'll show you guys the airplane real quick.
So how's your layout coming?
Mine?
Yeah.
Non-existent, not until I get into the new house.
Ah, okay.
Boss is here. All right, guys, I'll see you later.
All righty. Take care.
Take care, John.
See ya. All right, bye.
Oh, and we don't need to see me on a solo layout.
Yeah, you better not show the tail number. We can find out who it is.
Bernard, yes, I did. I don't know if Steve got them. Steve, did you get those pictures Bernard sent?
No.
Of the airplane you rewired?
I did not.
He emailed them.
I never got an email from you, Bernard. Did you get it's sarnold254@msn.com, but I never got it.
Ray, he's in Hartford, Connecticut right now. He's getting ready to go to Philadelphia.
Connecticut,
yeah.
Connecticut.
He doesn't know which way is connected. Oh, that's really good.
Okay, let's see. Now
I took all my HO rolling stock downstairs, so I can't touch this thing. Let me try this. Yeah, this will work. When in doubt, use an NMRA gauge. That's already dry there. That's nice. I may just go ahead and weather that right quick. Where'd my stuff go? Oh, there it is. Right in front of me. That's always the best place to put something. You want to hide it from me. Stick it right in front of me.
Gus. I know. He's like, yeah, I don't want to go back inside and go to bed.
Is he bored out there?
Yeah, he's just sitting here staring at me going, wait a minute. I was comfy. I was comfy. You want to say hi to everybody? Huh? You want to say hi? Come here. Want to say hi? Come here. Easy. You're the official, oh my God, back on track mascot. Say good morning, Gus.
Morning, guys.
Yeah, you good puppy. You are.
Make Dad give you a treat when he takes you in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, you're not. You're a butthole. It's a good thing he's cute.
You're giving him conflicting reports there.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that saves him is he's cute.
Yeah.
Back down. I'm going to mute because I'm going to drill.
Good deal, Bernard. Yeah, you got to show us some pics and stuff of your layout. Steve must have muted himself. Now you can find out just how boring I can be. Okay. Honeywell engines. I didn't know Honeywell made an engine for an airplane. Okay, this is getting there. And now I'm gonna have to give it up and finish my lumber yard so I can finish the stuff in front of it. Okay, works well. I need a for that. I'm gonna use it. It'd be too big. That might look good there. I am contemplating on what kind of stop to put here for the team track. And I think I might use this one. This is an N scale. So I don't know if it'll fit on here, but it is on the narrow gauge track, so it might work okay. This is a rail type bumper stop. Covers here. Cut these off. I think this will work just fine. I just need to cut the feet off of it. Okay. And that can sit right there. Yeah, just need to be painted and installed now. So that will work for that. I was going to ask Steve. Hey, Steve, I'm going to.
You what?
Bumper stop on a team track. What would you see most of the time?
A couple of railroad ties stuck crossways. Believe it or not.
Okay. Yeah, I've used that in a couple of places already.
I mean, unless you got a regular factory stock bumper or something you can use, but a lot of times they just stuck,
Nailed in a couple, 2 or 3 railroad ties.
Well, yeah, they would cross them like an X.
Yeah,
Stick
yeah.
one under a rail.
Yeah, I've done that over on my staging yard. I did them that way just because I didn't have anything at the time. So I just took a couple of ties and put them under the rails on both sides and cross over, and they work really well that way.
Funny thing though, in real life they don't work all that great.
No, I wouldn't think they would. I wouldn't think they would, but on a model layout, they work fine.
Yeah, I mean, if cars rolling pretty slow, it would stop them, but otherwise it just goes right over the top of them.
I watched a deal on YouTube the other day. It was about a runaway train in 84, 83, 84, somewhere in there at Cajon Pass.
Oh, was that the Santa Fe or the SP? They had a couple.
It was the SP.
Yeah, with
all the covered hoppers.
Yeah, the taconite train.
Yeah, that was nasty. I'd have hated to have been on that train going on crap. Well, nothing you can do but sit there and ride.
Well, actually, there were a couple of things that really caused that. The first thing was that the train was overloaded and they didn't know it, because when they were loading the train, they were fudging on the paperwork. And
yeah.
Each car was overloaded by about 10 tons.
Well, it was almost twice, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
the train was heavier than the crew knew on the manifest. They had bad order dynamic brakes on both the head end and the rear and the helper consist. And they told them before they left, they took the train under protest. And when they crested the top of the hill, they were doomed anyway.
Yeah. Because they had no way to slow down.
They had the head end engineer was relatively new. So the helper engineer, was just, when you're running second like that, really all you're watching is the speedometer, the brake pipe gauges, and the radio. And the engineer, the head end engineer, first of all, didn't put it in emergency when he should have. And once you get over a certain amount of speed, the brakes aren't going to help you. It just burns them out.
Yeah, they said because he put it in emergency and locked the brakes in.
Yeah,
that it just turned some of the wheels to molten metal.
Well,
they got so hot.
By putting it in emergency, there's a pneumatic control switch, a PCS switch that will disable the dynamics. As soon as you go in emergency, the dynamics go away.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that was helping them.
Oh, the dynamics. Yeah. Well, and the other thing was, out of the 5 engines, 3 in front, I think it was 5. It might have been 6. I think it was 3 in front and 2 in the back. And out of those, 2 of them, the dynamics weren't working.
Right.
So you're out. That helped too.
But the dynamics that they did have, helped, some. I mean, it certainly wouldn't have been quite the runaway that they ended up having. It would have been a wreck anyway.
Yeah. Well, they knew right where they were going to go off too.
Yep. Yep. That was a bad deal.
Yeah, that's got to be a horrible feeling. Like I said, they were going over, well, they estimated them over 100 miles an hour by the time they left the track.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get that much weight going that fast, man.
They have to estimate because the speed recorder quit at 70, so they didn't know exactly.
Well, yeah, they were saying the gauge only went to 90.
Yeah.
And it was pegged.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not a good thing.
No, not a good thing at all. What did I do with my pants? I bet they're downstairs.
Well, I mean that's the where do you at some point the speed is too fast for you to jump, but before you get to that speed, you kind of have to make that decision: do do you jump or ride it out?
Yeah,
and that's been a debated issue among railroad crews of if you're better off riding or better off jumping, and
yeah.
they've actually said you're really better off riding it out.
I would think, unless you get off before you get over 25 miles an hour.
Yep.
Because you get up real high and you're not gonna like hitting the ground at that speed. Yeah, but it was interesting to watch that because they had that, and then the other thing was the train wiped out like 6 or 8 houses.
Yeah.
Only 2 people died in that though.
Yeah, that until the fire.
Until the fire, and they ruptured had that fuel, that gasoline line that was getting pumped up Cajon Pass to Vegas, and that one ruptured, and that's what really made it nasty. But that was a week later.
Right.
That happened.
Yeah, I think I remember right. There was a backhoe that hit the.
Yeah, they weren't sure. They never did. I don't think they ever did actually say definitively what it was that caused the pipe to rupture. But that was one of the things they were thinking. It was a good YouTube video.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an hour long or better.
Well, and then the Santa Fe had one not long after that.
Well, I had seen a wreck when I lived out there, and we went down to LA area, and you could see there's some places you can see the tracks right there from the highway. And they had one that had come down there that had produce on it. And watermelons. I remember it was watermelons and cantaloupes, and they were everywhere.
Yeah, there's a reason why they call it disaster a train wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it split those. I guess they were in reefers or something, and it just split it open, and out came the melons. I just remember seeing there was a curve there, a slight curve where the train went around, and they dumped the whole load out there.
Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make some noise. I'm going to mute myself again.
I'll let that dry. And I haven't been watching chat. Close this stuff. It keeps popping in here. Yeah, Bernard, it would be an asking how it goes or how he knows. Yeah, they did, Roy. They found teeth marks, but in the video, I don't think they actually said that it was that. They said it had to be that, or maybe one of the bulldozers that got it. But who knows? Doesn't really matter in the long run. They should have checked it a lot better than they did. If I did that, Roy, I definitely wouldn't get anything done on here. If I was going to do that, I'd have to be sitting at the desk because otherwise there's no point. Yeah, Bernard, that one, I don't know if you've seen that video or not, but that was a pretty nasty wreck they had there. Luckily, it wasn't a toxic chemical that they were carrying. Can you imagine had it been a petroleum train or something carrying toxic fertilizer as opposed to the benign stuff they were carrying? But yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah, we used to have to carry a ton of paperwork, books and stuff, hazmat, what you do, who you contact. I mean, it's a massive amount of stuff we had to carry with us. And our policy was if you got a hazmat train and there's an issue, you run like hell away from the train.
Yeah, that's what I would think. The hell with calling anybody.
Yeah, we had there was a train on the Valley Division that we would come catch occasionally. It was limited to 45 because it was all hazmat for Dow Chemical in Pittsburgh, DuPont. I mean, it was the nastiest stuff you could imagine: anhydrous ammonia, chlorine.
Oh yeah,
LPG. And we hit a truck in Riverbank. Actually, he hit us.
He ran into the train.
He ran into the train on my side, about 10 cars back, and we didn't go on the ground or anything. But when we got stopped, the conductor went back. The driver was okay, but one of the cars was leaking, and I don't remember what it was. And of course, he heads back up to the head end and told me, we called the dispatcher and let him know, and he starts, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, and it's like, nope, we're off the engine, man. We're heading towards because this happened in the Riverbank yard at the east end. And we hightailed it to the west end of the yard up by the depot. And it's like, nope, we're not going to be anywhere near that train.
Yeah, smart move.
There's people that get paid way more than I do for that.
Exactly. Let the guys that are trained and equipped to handle it, because you're just a regular person out there and you get some of that toxic stuff in the air. Yeah. All it takes is one sniff and you're gone.
Well, and a lot of it, if it mixes together.
Oh, yeah, that too. Well, it's like ammonium nitrate.
Yeah.
Have a wreck with one of those, and then it gets some diesel fuel in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's your bomb right there.
Oh, yeah, anhydrous ammonia. Oh, man, that's bad stuff. Make noise.
Yeah, because I remember when Timothy McVeigh blew up the federal building there in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
We felt the blast here in Tulsa.
Really?
Yeah. We got a blast wave that came that far. Now, it wasn't huge.
Right.
But we were all going, uh-oh, something bad happened in town somewhere. Gas line blew up or
sure,
something like that, or a trailer. We've had tanker trucks turn over and catch fire, stuff like that. Well, that's what we thought it was. And so somebody turned the radio on and we were listening to the news and they were talking about it being in Oklahoma City. And we're like, no way. But yeah, that was a pretty powerful bomb they made.
Boy, they didn't take any time making an example out of him. Getting
No.
the picture. He didn't sit on death row for very long.
Well, I think he waived all of his appeals and stuff too, didn't he?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while back.
Well, it's all going to happen again at some point.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'll move you guys over here. I'll check my phone, see if it's even going to last. Ooh, I need to plug in. Okay, let's see. I can set this. See what I'm doing. I guess I can set it right there. Yeah, you can kind of see what I'm doing. Or I'll have to move it back here so I can plug it in.
Well, having that rivet kit being back ordered is going to put me behind, but I think I'm on target, Claude, for getting this done.
Well, you're moving right along.
I've got some stuff I got to purchase, but a lot of the stuff on the locomotive, the piping and stuff is just pretty straightforward. It's not rocket science.
Oh, Nancy's here. Hey, Nancy. Good to see you.
I should look at chat. Ooh, my tablet's almost.
Daniel Banks is building no-scale windows board by board.
Hey, Roy.
Oh, that's cool, Daniel. Yeah, Roy said he'll be in and out of the truck because he was.
He's unloading in Pixley, California. Yeah.
Bernard said, nailed that, Roy. Yeah.
Yes, Bernard, I do love these Clecos. Yes, I do.
We go with that dentist stuff again.
Yeah, the best invention since sliced bread, if this is what you're doing. Okay, so that's all done. Well, now it's time to take it apart.
Well, sure.
Because I got to do the baffle and the front. I can't do that while it's together, so.
Okay. I thought you were talented.
I am, but I'm not that.
Yeah, did I tell you what my chiropractor said yesterday?
No.
He goes, let's try 2 or 3 treatments and see if that helps. If that doesn't help, it's going to be MRI time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I didn't like that at all. But I kind of was afraid he was going to say something like that, because if it's sciatica, there's nothing he can do for it.
Well, I had to have a fusion to get mine done.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that the guy that did all three of my knee surgeries, he finally broke down. He had sciatica in both legs, going down both legs. He finally broke down and got his surgery, and he was back playing golf a month later.
Well, I had mine in 2016 because I went to, that was the beginning of 2016, and at the end of 2014, we went to New Orleans for a couple of weeks for a wedding, and the sciatic was so bad in my right leg. It was excruciating. The walking, I've never been in so much pain in my life.
Yeah, mine's not quite that bad yet, but it's gonna be. I got a feeling.
And so I opted for the surgery, and it helped that problem, but it created other issues.
Yeah, I'd rather not have to have back surgery, but if you get to where you can't move around, you don't have much choice.
Yeah. I got to mark all this stuff before I take it apart.
Okay.
That would help to know how to put it back together. Okay.
And you took it all apart. Why?
Do what?
And you took it apart. Why?
Well, I'm going to, because I've got to be able to take the. You guys can't see anyway. Because I got to take the baffle out inside to that, and I got to take the front off where the wood box would normally be in the real life.
Okay.
I can't get in there to drill it with it together.
Well, okay. Continue on.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
This is an interesting crossing right here going into the junkyard, because it crosses two tracks, but the first track is lower than the second track. And going uphill with it.
Okay. So, baffle top. Let's see.
Oh no, they're having too much fun over here in chat, I think.
I haven't even looked at chat. What are they saying?
Bernard says what's amazing is model railroaders can build pretty much anything.
Yeah, you do get good at it. Huh? Yeah, now I'm a sheet metal worker.
Yeah, and Roy says, Bernard, we have to, because if we have anyone else try to do it, They won't understand why we want it built that way or that small. That's just true. They give us that funny look, and then they laugh at us. That is so true. And we just turn around and go home and do it ourselves. Yeah, and Bernard says until they see and hear after that, wow, that's really cool. Well, unless they know what you're actually talking about, or have seen a model railroad or something like what Steve's got and he's working on there, they don't have any concept of what you're talking about. And then when they see it, oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, that's why there's just thousands of hours in these crazy things. At least
Well, to me, that's the fun of it. That was the fun of the RC flying. I mean, it was fun flying, but half of my enjoyment from that hobby came from building the airplane, and the other half came from hanging out with the guys at the field.
Exactly.
Yeah. It had very little to do with the actual flying of the airplane for me. Now, some guys, that's what they thrive on, and they don't want to build, so they buy all the foam airplanes at the hobby shop.
Right.
I've even got two shirts actually that say built, not bought.
Well, there's also with these things too. It's a little different with the steam versus the gas. Is that they tell you if you have a live steam locomotive, for every hour you run it, you're going to spend 2 hours in the shop.
Oh yeah, no doubt. It's definitely a labor of love. I mean, it's it's a hobby. It's like anything else, fishing or anything else. Fishing, you got to get to the place. You got to spend the money on it.
Well, and it's like the layout. You don't, it's always a process. It's never finished. But my goal with this thing is I'm trying to get this thing running by next summer. So I am under kind of a time frame, but I'm not going to dictate, have that dictate to me.
Oh, sure.
Because it'll get done right. If it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done.
Yeah. It doesn't do you any good to have it if it's not right.
Well, I've got to have something for you to ride when we go Train Mountain next summer, though.
We just make sure Tim's there.
Oh, he will be. Oh yeah,
I'll ride with Tim. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Tim will be there, and Fred Lisenby with his Pacific, he'll be there. So we'll have a crew. That's for sure.
Yeah, good.
We'll have a good time.
Yeah, because between me and Chuck, if Chuck shows up, that little engine of yours won't haul us. We're too big for that.
Yeah, I won't be able to pull both.
You wouldn't be able to pull both of us, I don't think.
Yeah.
We are not small people. Small-minded, but, that's a different story.
Well, I'm not exactly a lightweight.
Yeah, but how tall are you?
Well, I used to be 5'10", and now I'm 5'8.5".
I know that feeling. Yeah.
No,
I have never met somebody that had back surgery that didn't lose height.
Oh man. No, I went in this was about 7-8 years ago, I guess. I was in at the doctor with the physical for my son, and he's 23 now, and he's in the Army National Guard, and he was doing a checkup, and they were because he wanted to he couldn't wait until he was taller than I was.
Yeah.
And so they measured him in. I said, that's pretty close. And I hadn't checked my height in years. And so I went in and she measured me. She says, oh, you're a little under 5. You're about 5'8 3/4. I've shrunk since then. And I said, no, that can't be right. I'm 5'10". She goes, nope.
Not anymore.
You're not even 5'9" anymore.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Yep.
Not only are you wrong, you're really wrong.
So he had passed me long before that.
Well, I'm 6'2", and I haven't weighed in a little while, but I'm guessing I'm between 245 and 250.
Well, I'm 5'8.5", and I'm somewhere 195, something like that. This is left. Well, I've also got scoliosis too, so that doesn't help. Well, that's why the Fusion jacked me up, because I did it was an L5S1. Anyway, it's the first disc above your
Lumbar.
and it straightened up that part of my back, but the top part was still messed up and crooked, so it tried to adjust to being straightened, and it jacked up my shoulders and everything else. It's like my tablet died, so I can't see chat.
You can't see trash?
I can't see chat.
Oh, what are they talking about now?
I don't know.
Bernard, most remember the 3 rail around the tree or little circle layouts. It's idea, toy trains. Yeah, this is true. Christmas time train. Nancy says, okay, Claude, I need some advice. And I need some advice. I need to fill back in the pond of my layout so I can use that area of my layout for something else I want. Can I what can I use to fill that giant hole back in? Well, it depends. It depends on what's your base made out of. Is it styrofoam? If it's styrofoam, I would, and assuming it has a bottom to it, I just fill it in with. I'd want to say something like Good Stuff, spray foam, but the problem with that is it can get out of hand pretty easy, and it's very sticky when you're using it. So you don't want to get it on anything but where you want it.
Yeah, it never stops expanding.
Yeah. Well, it does eventually, but it does expand out. I mean, you have to put it in small amounts. But if you ever do get some of that stuff on something that you don't want it on, don't try to wipe it off right away. Let it dry. And once it cures, then you can just peel it off with your finger probably. And then clean it up from there. But don't try to wipe up the wet stuff, the wet great stuff, because it'll just smear and it'll be stuck to everything. It's a lot harder to clean up then. You could use Sculptamold, Nancy, if you've got some of that. You could probably fill it in with this fusion fiber, but Sculptamold is probably cheaper to use. I would fill in, if it's very deep, I would fill in with pieces of foam or something like that first before I plastered over the top, and then plaster over the top of it and hold it all together. You know, I'd glue the foam in, of course, and then plaster over it to level it out. Yeah, Bernard gave you the same idea there.
Well, I gathered that Bernard is pretty smart.
Okay, yeah, it's on extruded foam. Yeah, I would fill it in I would fill it in with pieces of styrofoam or pretty much anything that you can use for a backer cardboard, but glue it all together as you're filling it in, and then leave yourself about a 1/4 inch and then just plaster over the top of it. With Sculptamold or regular hydrocal, either one would work. This stuff would work. This stuff here would work. This is a concrete patch, ready mixed concrete patch. That's what I made this road with. And it's pretty pliable, and you can spread it out and you can smooth it with water, squirt some water on top of it. And when you trowel it out, then you can get it pretty smooth. And you can sand it after the fact if you need to. Any of those kind of things would work. I would think they would work. If you've got plywood under the foam, that means the foam's not going to want to buckle if you move the layout at all. So, or at least it wouldn't buckle as easily if it was just foam. So you wouldn't have to worry about too much about the plaster breaking out.
I'm glad I bought an extra bag of Clicos.
How expensive are they?
Not that bad. I got 18 for, oh, hell was it? About 13 bucks, something like that. So
Oh, that's not bad at all.
they're not quite a buck a piece. And I
Well
got
worth it.
And I got a pack of 18 and the pliers for, I think it was 23 or 24 bucks, something like that.
Oh, that's very reasonable.
That's what I thought. Especially as nice as they are to have.
Tell you what you don't want to try and go buy right now is pool chlorine. And that cotton picking hurricane's not going to help any, because that was one reason there's a shortage on it. Was on the tabs, the chlorine tablets, look like a big mint. That's what they're actually short on, because the manufacturer was down by Lafayette, Louisiana, and they were the factory was damaged by a hurricane that came in a year or so ago, a little over a year ago, I guess. And then after it was damaged, it caught fire. And so they've been down for that long. And of course, then you've got everybody, because of the pandemic, everybody's building swimming pools. They're expecting 100,000 pools to be built this year. Normally you get about 30,000 a year.
Wow.
And they're expecting over 100,000. Not here in Tulsa, but you know, overall. But that's also adding to the shortage because of the demand is there. The good thing is they're building back, and they expect it to be back online next summer with 30% more capacity than they had when they went down. The problem is they just had another hurricane come through.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't know what's going to happen. I found some online, found a couple of places that had some online and got some, but it ain't cheap. Hopefully I got enough to get us through the winter time.
Is anything cheap anymore?
No. Well, it wasn't cheap before. You know, you get a big 40-pound bucket of chlorine I used to get from my mom. It used to be about $125, $130 for a 40-pound bucket.
Yeah.
Well, I spent like $230 for a 40-pound bucket. It's outrageous for what you're getting. It's crazy, but there again, supply and demand. And that's if you can even find it. There's very few places. There's no place in town here that has it anymore. They're all sold out. So I had to get it online. Oh, Lordy have mercy. Oh. Perfect.
Where's my there?
Bernard says, Steve, did you find out if there's any little airports close by to Train Mountain or grass strips?
Yeah, there's a airport right next to Train Mountain in Chiloquin. That's where they were staging for the what was the fire that was next to there? I don't even remember now.
Oh, that was dang it, you told me.
I know. There's some I lose track. But yeah, it's a pretty, I mean, it doesn't take commercial, but it's a pretty fair size municipal airport. Why, are you going to fly in?
Let's see, after this bird's airworthy, I may have to make a run up to check things out.
Well, I got nothing to run yet, but
a lot of people don't realize how deadly chlorine full strength is killing It killed my little brother at the mine. Yeah. Chlorine's very dangerous. Another thing people don't realize in a house fire, if your house has been plumbed with PVC pipe, you don't want to be in that house because it gives off chlorine gas when it burns.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, it's polyvinyl chloride, and the polyvinyl melts and releases the chlorine.
A lot of people don't realize how toxic smoke is from a house fire.
Yeah. Well, in fact, here in Tulsa, the code says you can't put PVC pipe in a high rise because, say, you get a fire on the first floor, that chlorine gas got no place to go but up.
Yep.
Trash truck.
Nothing like making a lot of noise.
You're kind of noisy. Good thing we like you, huh?
That's right. Well, I don't know. Is it?
You don't know if that's a good thing or not?
What's it saying that you have to, if you like me as a friend, I have to wonder about you?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be a part of any club that would have me as a member.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, we're too much alike. Yeah, you won't like me once you see me in person.
You think that's it?
Yeah.
It'd be like looking in the mirror, won't it?
He's like, oh God.
Yeah. That would be pretty sad and scary. I know that.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God. Go back to Tulsa. Well, you're going to have to put up with me for a few days anyway.
Yeah, you may have to put up with me, man.
Too bad you can't stay longer. Okay, that's done.
Somebody else, I told them where I was going, and they said, "Oh, one thing you got to do is the jet boats."
Yeah.
So they were talking about it, and I was like, "It was somebody here in town, I think."
Oh, yeah,
up there.
Oh, you got to pencil in probably, well, do the dinner run, and it loads at 4 and it's back by 8:30, so it's not like it's an all-day thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that. You can't come here and not do the jet boats.
Yeah, they said that was a lot of fun.
You won't be sorry.
And Brenda, I told Brenda about it, and she said, "Oh, that sounds like fun." And, you know, there's a lot of stuff you can tell her, and she'll go, "Nah, I don't think so."
I tried for probably 4 or 5 years to get my mom to do it. And at the time she was 85. She's, I don't know how, she's 90 now. And, you know, jet boats, river rafting. She's like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't think so. Finally talked her into it. She had the time of her.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, it doesn't beat you up. It's, you know, it's a nice ride. Oh, and they can spin those boats on a dime. They've got 3 454 Corvette engines on the back with the pumps, the jets, and they could be flying down the river at 45 miles an hour in about 4 inches of water. and they take those jets and point them down. That bow just buries in the water. Spray gets you nice and wet because it always, in the summertime,
Yeah.
wet. And but yeah, they can do that, and they can take that boat and spin it on a dime. Man, it's a blast. I've got a video on YouTube that they did a 5-boat spin-off. There's one spot in the river where it's wide enough that they can get 5 boats going down, and they'll from right to left, they would spin the boats, one and then the next one and the next one and the next one, just like, fighter jets peeling off. And I think that thing's got like 100,000 views or something. They won't do it anymore because it's not safe enough to do it. So, but I got to spin. That was fun. That was about 3 years ago. Okay, now it's time to drill some more. I'm gonna mute you guys.
Container man. Yeah, Roy, my wife would agree with that. Okay, fish tacos on the river. That sounds like a plan. Although, did he take you to that place where they do the music and stuff? Because I know that place burnt down. Steve sent me pictures of it.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Always.
Liar.
Whew, I need to check on something. Dogs are barking at something. Okay. I need to make a trip downstairs. Be right back.
Copy that. Okay. Man, it's making my hands tired. Ooh, it's very quiet. Make some noise.
Okay.
It got too quiet, Claude.
I know. Well, had to bring cans in and all that good stuff and get the mail and I'm going to have to leave the train room and move down to the office because my back is starting to act up.
Are they going to change mail? You can't call it mail anymore?
I have no idea. Wouldn't surprise me though.
Yeah. Going to have to start calling it correspondence.
Yeah.
Oh, Claude.
Yes.
Sheila had to go to a meeting at the state a couple days ago.
She had to do what?
Go to a meeting for the state of Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was having to identify themselves as he, him, his, or whatever you want it to be identified as. Can you believe that?
Did you see the? I don't know if you saw the one video where the guy father's talking to some school board. I'm not sure where it was.
Oh, I saw that when he got the critical race theory pulled out.
Well, no, I don't know if it was that, but it was. He was talking about the pronoun thing, and he said, "I want my kids to be called Prince and Princess."
Oh, there you go. Well, when she got home and she told me about that, she said, "Here was my response," and she held up her middle finger.
Yeah, that's all pretty silly, I think. Okay. Let's see here. How am I going to do this? Uh-oh. I'm in the echo chamber. There it is. Okay.
I heard that. Great. An Allen wrench. Sorry, Claude. I gotta bring out the big guns. Where's my freaking drill? I think my drill started to get dull. Did you mute me, Claude?
Now can you hear me? Now can you hear? Roy. Oh, that's pretty good. Hey, Steve, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys in chat hear me?
I don't hear anything, Claude.
Okay. Well, I don't know if they can hear me.
Testing.
Yeah.
There you are. I left and got back on. Okay. Take this all apart.
I'm not sure what's causing the feedback. There we go. Now can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. Well, what I did was I had the show pulled up on wife's laptop when I was upstairs, but I went ahead, I turned it off of there thinking I could get it on the computer here. And that's what I screwed up at.
Yeah. Likely story.
Okay. Well, Bernard was able to hear me.
Well, I couldn't hear anything. So I got back off and got back on.
Okay. Now Nancy says she can hear me. Okay. Okay. I don't know how many are in here, but for those, I know Bernard wanted to see this. I'll take you out back and show you the pool. It's finally finished.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
The bad thing is you don't get to see really how pretty it is because it's not nighttime, and that's when the lights and everything on are real nice. But just because I know some of you want to see, now I'm not going to get in my thong and get out there and swim, but I'll show you the pool.
Well, you weren't even wearing that the last time I talked to you. You were sitting in the hot tub.
Yeah, last time you talked to me.
Well, yeah, when you sent that picture that you were in the hot tub, I asked you if you had any clothes on, and you said no. Why?
Just for you, Steve.
That was too much information.
Okay.
You can't unsee something.
Okay. When I can't, so and I can't see chat, so I can't answer questions. Get back in.
Oh well.
But anyway, yeah, this is the pool, and we finally got all the yard back in shape, halfway in shape. Anyway, it's pre-sodded. It's got a whirlpool and a little table over in the corner. You can sit down. There's a bench under there. You can sit down, and we can put an umbrella in the table there. And then the waterfall's right there. So yeah, it's really nice. It's only 5 foot deep at the deep end, and about 3 foot deep down here on this end.
Well, you can't swim. You can't swim, so you don't want it any deeper than that.
Sure, you can. Oh, well, I can't
swim.
swim. Yeah,
you can't swim.
Now you can swim in it, but we get in it just to float around and cool off. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. There's the whirlpool. I use that more than anything else.
I'm trying to power up my tablet so I can look at that.
Anyway,
let's see. I'm trying to get chat up. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. I hate technology. There we go. Whoops, you disappeared. God, it's already 9:35. Wow. Come on, hurry up.
I fell in. No, not really. But anyway, that was the pool. we've fought with for 5 months. It's never fun getting one, for sure. It's nice to have now that we've got it, but can you hear me?
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find chat. There we go.
Can you hear me, Steve?
We got 5 watching.
Can't hear me. Oh, not again. Really?
Come on. And now I don't hear Claude again.
Huh. That's weird.
Don't hear you, Claude. Okay? You guys can hear me. Okay. Yep, it's all Claude's fault. Claude 5 times 5. Yep. I thought I was technology challenged. Okay, Nancy, why can't I hear Claude then? Oh, goodness.
Now can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
It's weird, man. If you turn so I hit the wrong button evidently coming back, but you do that, man, it can be a struggle to get back on where everybody can hear you.
Yeah,
The
really.
camera will work and the mic won't, or vice versa.
Hey, Bernard wants to know if your Claude's that your thong is not made of leather.
No, because if you get leather wet and then it dries out, it tightens up, and we just don't want to have that.
Roy says,
I'll show you something I did get for the pool, though. There you go.
Roy said that a horse trough would have been easier.
My pet shark. Well, yeah, it would be, but I don't hardly fit in a horse trough, so.
You have a rubber ducky?
No, I got a little pet shark. See, you seen? Anyway, it's actually a little boat, and this is the shark body kind of fits over this little RC boat, little cheapy boat. I got to play with the grandkids with.
I need to get a little RC submarine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to dismantle this tender, and then I'm going to have to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get out of here too before too long. Well, actually not before too long, here pretty quick. Well, it's nice to see everybody. And Bernard, I hope to see you next year up there at Train Mountain. That'd be a hoot.
Oh, that would be cool.
'Cause I think Chuck's planning on coming down and being there.
Yeah, Chuck will be there.
So, and we'll be there the whole day. When it gets closer to it, I'll send you dates and stuff and when we're going to be there.
Well, we'll have 2 steamers for sure, and hopefully 3.
Yeah, hopefully you get the American finish by then.
Yeah, well, that's my plan. I think I'll do it. I think I should have it at least running by then. I may not have it all completely done cosmetically, but hopefully.
Yeah, well, we'll have a good time anyway.
No, hell yeah.
No doubt about that. I'm anxious to see the grounds in person, actually, you know.
Yeah, you'll be amazed.
It's cool to see it. It's cool to see it on a video, but it's kind of hard to place everything. You know, you don't get the full context of the area seeing it that way. It's what I told Brenda about taking driving vacations. It gives you context of where the place you're going to is in relationship to where you live. You know, what's in between, and you know, what's it look like in between the places you're going to. Because if you just go, say, fly from one city to the next, you have no idea, you have no context for that city. And when you drive places, it makes a big difference.
Chuck was like a kid in a candy store. He was having a good time.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, anyway, everybody, y'all have a good time or a good rest of the week, and we'll see you Saturday, I'm assuming. Hopefully. Sorry about last week. I had an emergency job I had to go take care of. It was a customer of mine had a water leak and was flooding their house, and so I had to run up and go make sure that they were going to be still around. Yeah. But anyway, we'll try not to do that again to you, and we'll be back on Saturday.
Yeah, Roy wants to know the date for Train Mountain, and I don't. It's the end of July, but I don't know for sure.
Hang on a second here, Roy, and I'll let you know when I'm going to be there. Pull my itinerary up here. Okay, we are staying we leave South Lake Tahoe on the 27th. So we'll get up there the 27th. But that'll be in the afternoon, late afternoon. It'll be the 28th of June next year.
Right after the triennial.
Yeah. And I don't remember if I think that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, because I think the triennial winds up on Sunday or Monday.
Let's see. Whoops. June, that's July. Good. Yeah, the 28th. Tuesday, the 28th of June is when we'll be there at Train Mountain. I'll be there. I'll be staying close to there the 27th, 28th. And then the 29th, we check out and move over to Grants Pass, closer to Steve.
Yep, be there, be square.
And then I'll be there. I'll be at Grants Pass until.
Yeah, we could plan a meet and greet.
The 3rd.
A meet and greet for anybody that makes it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll buy the beer.
I'm gonna hold.
I'll buy the first round anyway.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long round.
Because I know how much I can drink. I don't know how much you guys can drink. So.
Well, it's gonna be a 3-day round or something. So yeah, you better buy it. You better stock up.
All righty. Well, everybody, I had a good time.
I did.
Hope you guys did. Yeah, I got some stuff done. I just enjoy the camaraderie with everybody.
Me too.
So anyway, until Saturday, we will see you guys later.
Until we meet again. Later.